the building.
Let's
go.
Live with the Woodlog Roll!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Man, it's just something about that intro, Speed. Something about that intro. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brother, man. You guys know who he is, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets.
Speed the genius.
Hey, let's go, baby. Back again. Let's go.
Man, we working hard for these people, man.
What up, dude?
And of course, our brother El Jefe, which is right now somewhere at a nice bar,
Jamming out.
on stage, doing something that he loves to do. Shout out to him, man, living his dream, his best life right now, man. And of course, shout out to you. Yes, you the revivalists in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support. Don't forget we're on Spotify and iTunes. And don't forget, all super chats tonight goes to us heading down to Washington, D.C. We made the first $1,000 quota. Why not keep going? Why not keep going for you guys? And new goals, new possibilities, man, new endless, whatever the hell I'm trying to say, Speed. We're here. And we're almost there, man. We're almost there thanks to you guys. So, man, fun-filled show. We have a special guest in the building, Emory Hunt, man, which was at training camp. We saw him on the first day. He actually's been there since, I believe, in training camp. So he dissects all of the draft prospects and also all the veterans as well that's on the field. So we're going to deep dive into quarterback, going to deep dive into offensive line and also other positions as well. So, Speed, I'm excited, man. I don't think it's time to go around the room. I think it's time to just rip the Band-Aid off, get to some of the hot topics we wanted to talk about today, Speed. Yeah. And to be honest with you, man, Shannon Sharpe is out at ESPN, man. Whoa. You know what? Let me not say whoa.
You're right.
I saw this coming.
You saw, yeah.
You got to be crazy if you didn't see this coming.
Right.
You get what I'm saying, Speed? So let me get your thoughts on that, brother. Shannon Sharpe out. Holy shit.
I mean, Shannon definitely, to me, was always like, he was the edginess to ESPN, and ESPN doesn't like edginess. They don't like, they don't like being in any kind of drama, any kind of off the camera kind of negativity. And as soon as that the tape came out and all the sexual assault allegations, even though I'm pretty sure he was cleared of it, right? Like,
no, listen, he was sued and then he settled.
He settled it. Sorry,
it wasn't even a criminal.
He settled.
Yeah, it wasn't even a criminal thing. He sued and he settled ASAP.
Yeah. But still, you get any kind of, sexual assault kind of negativity in that sense, you're going to find your way out of ESPN. And, I selfishly, I think Shannon Sharpe's made for something else other than ESPN. I think that he's going to go to another radio station, his own podcast, and I think he's going to do just fine. I think he's going to do just fine. Doesn't need ESPN. Shannon Sharpe's going to listen. He's a personality, man. I like his interviews. I find them pretty good. He brings in some good people. I think the Shannon Sharpe's going to be fine. ESPN doesn't like any kind of drama, and they cut him off right at the nose. So all this stuff is not surprising to me at all. I don't know what you think. What do you think?
I'll be honest with you, Speed, man. I get what you're saying as far as him being a personality, whatever the case is. He has his own podcast with Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco there.
Yeah.
And listen, once the sponsorship started to pull out of that podcast, I was like, oh, it's inevitable. He had at least, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he had maybe about 50 million as well on the table of sponsorships, so maybe even more than that of sponsorships that was supposed to boost up the Nightcap and etc. And a lot of people started to get the hell out of the way since that lawsuit dropped. And once the sponsorship started to withdraw there, I knew ESPN was like, oh yeah, we're Disney, brother. Disney owns this company. You get what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna have none of that over here. on a Disney stain. None of that. So it was just a matter of time. So I think they were like, hey, man, do what you got to do. Go settle. Go figure it out over there. But you might not have a job by the time everything is settled over there. But let this be a lesson, man, to all the celebrities and everybody that tries, and everybody that gets hot, right? Because we've seen this story time and time and again. Everybody that gets hot winds up getting the bag, gets into these types of trouble because they can't control themselves. You get what I'm saying? So let this be a lesson, man. When you guys go out there and you get the bag and you make yourself successful, get away. Get out the way. There's no need to be with the baddies. There's no need to be on.
Make sure your IG is not going live when shit's going down.
While you're trying to do something and your IG's going in, like we know that was a publicity.
Clean it up there,
allegedly. Like for real, like Shannon was wilding out, bro. Wilding out. Like he's never seen money before. Like I guess it was different. NFL money's different from this one, from entertainment.
Yeah,
but he was wilding the hell out from the beginning. You get what I'm saying? So. Like he was fighting on the court with John Moran's dad, I believe, at one point. Like Shannon was wilding out, and this one I guess was the icing on the cake at this point. But I'm telling you right now, man, let's get out the way, man. If New York Revival and all of us was to ever like get to that plateau, bro, like I you don't see my personal life as much on social media anyway. Like imagine if I get hot, you ain't gonna see none of that still. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm getting out the way, get my money and go.
Smart.
You know what I mean? Because you just never know, man, who could be after what you're trying to. Now, again, I don't know, if this lady, if it's true, if I don't know. I don't know. It's none of my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope everybody, I'm praying for everybody in this situation. But you got to get your money and get the hell out the way so situations like this won't hurt your brand and hurt your pockets. Because even if there's no criminal, it's still a stain on Shannon Sharp no matter what. I hope he figures it out.
Oh, he's gonna be all right.
You know what I mean? Hope he lands on his feet.
I've seen people do a lot worse and still land on their feet. I think he's gonna be fine. I really do. Like I said, he's a personality. He's got enough connections in the NFL and ESPN. Through ESPN.
He's got to wait for a while.
What? Yeah, he's gonna go. He's gonna lay low. He's gonna still do his podcast with Chad. And they're gonna be. He's gonna be fine. Watch. He's gonna be right back. And, it's the news cycle, man. As soon as this news cycle goes away in about a year, he's back and like he never left. I'm telling you. Watch.
You're right, man. You're right. But really quick, man, I just want to say one thing, man. I believe I spoke to this guy at camp, man. I believe I was speaking to the Biz and I met him on the sideline. So shout out to you, man. Jedi Falcone. Yeah,
that's
man.
Why we go. That's why we go to camp, right? It's fun to meet some of the people that chill with us on an everyday basis, every Tuesday basis.
Hell yeah.
We get to see you face to face, shake hands. We wish we could spend even more time with you guys, but it's great to talk to you guys and see you guys. So
hell yeah, man. And listen, guys, you can tell that the podcast is growing. Because each section we want to, people were like just bigging us up, man, and high-fiving us. And just, we met a group of kids talking to the Biz, man, and I couldn't even hear the Biz talking because these guys were just like, yo, you guys are here. You know what I mean? And it was just surreal, man. So, guys, we do appreciate it, man. We don't really go out there and expect any of that stuff. So when people go, yo, hey, what up? Like, it's a blessing, man, to actually have that. So thank you so much, guys. We do appreciate it, man. That is freaking awesome. But let me say this too, Speed, man. Another thing, too, while we wait for Emory Hunt, which is a special guest here tonight. He'll be on shortly, guys, just to let you know. Probably another 4 minutes, doing some things for CBS. But Gilbert Arenas, man. Gilbert Arenas, another freaking
That's another one, dude.
Guy, man. Hard guy, man. Been arrested, man, for a huge gambling ring, poker, high stakes. The cops came and got his ass, bro. Yo, let me just say this, Speed, and I'm sorry. He's had a history.
Yeah,
like he brought a gun to the locker room, and allegedly, Speed, I don't know. You just told me just now. I don't even know what it was for. That's how long ago it was.
Four guns.
And it was gambling, Speed. I don't even know.
Well, I'm pretty sure. Like I gotta think back because this was back in 2010, but I'm pretty sure it was over a gambling disagreement with his teammate. I think it was Javaris Crittenton, I think. And stupid. I mean, some people never change. So he had this podcast and he was doing good. And then, this comes out and he had a huge gambling ring. He was hosting these huge poker nights with the whole nine, dude. At his mansion, he'd have everybody. His name was literally on the tables.
At his house.
Dude, at his house with his name branded on the tables. Like,
world's dumbest
dude,
criminal right there.
it's social media. Social media is around now. You can't be pulling shit like this, especially if you're a big famous guy like Gilbert Arenas, man. I don't understand this shit, dude.
Here's the thing, too, man. Like you said, like when you do dirt, man, go get a trap house. Like you're rich, man.
Right.
Go out there and get a house with some guy's name on it that just helps you. You get what I'm saying? Like get out the way. Like you go in there, you put it in your home with your names branded all over the place. Gilbert Arenas, 000, 000.
Yeah.
No, they call it 00 or something, right? 00, Gilbert, or Agent Zero. I'm sorry, Agent Zero. Like dude, Gilbert, you can't get out your own way. Like you listen. Probably a smart guy. Just the world's dumbest criminal. And the fact that you cannot be a criminal, don't be a criminal, Gilbert. Don't do it. You just can't do it. You suck at it. All right?
I'm reading more about it. Collected rent through an intermediary, while 4 others, including this guy, Gresham, who the government claimed to be a member of the Israeli organized crime group. They had various, like, they're just, you didn't give a shit, bro. He had underage, like, people working the tables. Good God, just bro. Fucking God, dumb shit, man. Dumb shit.
And here's the thing: he's probably, like I said, a nice guy, but hooked up with this gangster. And you know how everybody, like in the entertainment industry, you know, they never been from the streets, but they want to be part of it so bad. That's probably Gilbert Arenas. You know, I never been there. Listen, I'm from the streets because he's hanging out with a guy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the real people that want to get out, they don't even touch this stuff. They just like, yo, dude, I got a chance to get out. I'm out of here. I'm from the streets. I'm from the hood. I want to get the hell away from here. Those are the smart ones. But the ones that never been there, they get all this money and want to go and try to do the stuff people are dying to get out to do. You get what I'm saying?
Dude.
And dying, like, dude, Gilbert. Like, dude, there's people that want to get out the hood. And you want to go and stay there and you're rich. You're rich. And now you're in jail for some BS that you shouldn't have been doing from the freaking beginning because you're rich. Like, if you got a gambling problem, go get help, man. But no, you have a rink or a ring in your freaking house of you gambling, and now you in jail with another stain on your freaking image at this point. Like, dude, I don't freaking know. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, just to go show you, no matter how rich you are, it doesn't make you smart. Rich doesn't make you smart. He is dumb as shit for doing this, especially, you know, he's an everyday person that's like in the media now. He got his own show. Like, come on, bro. Like, you already been like have a major black mark on your record because of the gun thing. Like, stay out of it, man. You're making enough money. Like, I understand gambling. You want to do that. Let's have someone else set that up. Don't do it in your own house, man. Like, come on, be smart, bro. Be smart, man.
Like, dude,
but you know, some people can't help themselves.
And that's the thing. He probably just can't help himself. Speed. You know what I mean? Like, you ruined your basketball career. Now the podcast, you just ruined it again. Because who knows how you're going to be? You're going to be in jail for, and of course, you know, legal fees and etc. All that stuff pops up, right? All that stuff is expensive. So, who knows what's going to happen with Gilbert Arenas? And he just started to get his life back on track.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And now you just crapped it away for what? For what? I just don't get it, man. I really don't. It pisses me off.
It sure is fun, but nothing beats. Now you got like if you avoid jail, good luck. But like, either go in jail, or you're paying basically out your ass all the fines you're gonna have to pay, and who knows what else, man. He's down bad now. Again, here we go.
And it sucks, man. It sucks. But guys, of course, man, we got a special guest in the building. Just wait for him to come on, man. He's doing some final stuff here at CBS. So, guess I know you got.
I gotta shout out my team here. My team, my New York Mets today. We had ourselves a day. We got 2 big time relievers. Our bullpen is now cooking. Shout out to David Stearns. He made some moves. And what I like is this is no longer your grandpa's Mets. We're not playing it safe here. We're going in. Like, they traded some. Yeah, they traded their like some legitimate prospects, but they said, hey, it's in front of us now. We got this. We're going for it. And I love that about my squad right now. I love that about Stearns. Love that about Cohen. Exciting day for Mets fans, despite getting swept out in San Diego. It's okay. It's okay. We're playing the long game here. We're playing the long game, and we made some moves, and there are still moves that are going to be made. So I had to just shout my boys out. They're doing big things.
Shout out to
Our
them.
bullpen is a
Shout out
top
to them.
3 bullpen in the major leagues right now.
Stop rubbing it in, Speed. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not
Right.
sorry. I mean, Elsie and Rogers today. This is what you need to win the big thing, and they're going in. So, for me, I just have to say that I got to get off my chest because I'm a happy man today. They're doing things that I need to be done, and they're going to get a center fielder, and they're going to wrap the little bow on this thing. I'm going to be cooking. And I'm going to get some. I'm going to get some videotape because I'm going out to the park on Saturday.
Nice.
I'm going to try bring home a dub like we always do.
And you do it.
And this is what we do.
And listen, Speed, I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy because the Mets has been like, the little brothers to the Yankees for years, right? And I'm not trying to poke fun or anything like that, but to see them come back and actually be in that talk of the town, and while the Yankees and etc. struggling due to injuries and etc. over there, so to see the Mets coming in and seeing Mets fans alive again, you know what I mean? It's just like,
it's just starting too.
It's your time. Starting. It's your time. It is what it is.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
The Yankees can always be the Yankees.
Yankees gotta make some moves. I hope they got one more move in them to get cooking. And the AL is wide open, dude. It's all there in front of us. Mets Yankees World Series is right there.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you guys gotta get past my boy Jay's Blue Jays now first. But aside from that, you guys are good. You're gonna be right there, and we'll hopefully see you guys in October, baby.
I agree, man. And listen, I'm just going to get a little bit to the chat here. JS, yes, it's not if, it's when you guys get big. You're right. You know what it is, man? Hefe yells at me all the time for this because sometimes I come off as a little too freaking humble, he says. You know what I mean? So I always try to put if, and I always try not to. But you're right. I have to start manifesting that. I have to start doing it and being confident and
believe it.
Talk my ish.
Like Strahan said. Yeah, like Strahan said, believe it and it will happen.
I gotta talk my ish. You know what it is, man? Like I'm humble. I really don't want to feel like because again, I feel like I'm just an average Joe, like everyone else. I punch into a clock. You know what I mean? So
we are average Joes right now.
Yeah, we're average Joes
for the people.
You know what I mean? We are, and again, but again, when you pull out your phone and you go through your contact list and you see the Tiki Barbers, you see the Victor Cruzes in your contacts, you see. I'm just naming a few. You see the K Adams of the world. I'm just saying, you just go, man, I'm doing it. So at the end of the day, when you look at it, you go, man, okay, I can talk my ish a little bit. Like I'll roll the decks is nice, guys. I ain't gonna lie. So I got to start doing that. Jay, I appreciate you, man. And of course, man, Ryan's in here, man. Holy shit.
Yo,
great meeting our guy too, man. It was dope.
We're gonna try to get on Ryan's show. We're gonna try and make it work. Hopefully, the stars align and we can get with Ryan because he's good. He's a good dude over there. It was nice meeting him, man.
Damn sure was.
Him and Tim.
Yeah. Him and Tim. Yo, I'll tell you this, man. I'll tell you this, not for nothing, right? It's tough because we get everybody that asks us to be on their show. So please, guys, if you can, just bear with us because we have a lot of guests and etc. that's part of this show. And guys, just give us a second for everybody that reached out to us. I know.
Speaking of guests.
I know we got something in here going on. Okay, guys. I told you. We got a GOAT. We got a legend here in the building. Okay, guys.
Let's go.
If you don't know, now you know, guys. I gotta do this here. I gotta set this up here, Speed.
Set it up.
Because the special guest we have in the building has been like, let me tell you, around the league, he knows his stuff. He's known as the guru around here. He's the owner of Football Game Plan. Guys, if you don't get this every draft year, you're missing out because we got our copy. We got our copy of all draft prospects, so we know this in and out. But we're going to have him come on and give his little pro take here as well because we seen him at Giants training camp day one.
Hell yeah.
And I walked up to him, I'm like, excuse me, how you doing here, Mr. Emory Hunt? And he's like, who the hell's this guy? Then he looked again. He's like, oh, I know this guy. I know him. I seen him before.
Go.
You know what I mean? But guys, a friend of the shows, been on here before, and it's great to have him back here. Worked for CBS Sports HQ as well. Does his thing on there, man. This guy's always doing something and into something. Why? Because he's the guru, he's the analyst, he's the specialist in all positions of football at this point. But it's our guy, your guy, Mr. Emory Hunt. Round of applause!
Let's go!
Round of applause! Round of applause!
Let's
My
go.
brother Emory. What's going on? How you been, brother?
Busy, man. Booked and busy, man. Like
Hell yeah.
outside. So I appreciate y'all bringing me on the show.
I appreciate you stopping
this
by,
side,
man.
man.
Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. I know you busy as hell, man. And listen, we ain't gonna keep you too long, brother. But we have to ask
pick your brain
because you're there not only day one, but you're there 2, 3, 4, and 5. You've been looking at this team for a very long time. And the one thing that you posted on your social media was that the vibes feel different here at the Giants facility. I just want to get your thought process. What made you feel that way? What did the Giants bring to you to say, you know what, this looks like a different Giants team here at this point?
This started all the way back in mini camps and OTAs. And it's easy to have those carefree vibes when, it's no pads or whatnot. But, just watching how the team looks and how Brian Daboll looks, and no one is really walking on eggshells, is not tense around the building. It feels, and that's what made me tweet, like, man, it feels different. Like, just from how the guys are talking to one another, just how guys are competing, and all of that encompass the vibes. And so when and I think it squarely is based on the quarterback change, because there's not as much pressure on one side of the ball, like on a defense. Hey, we got to keep this one close. But bringing in a Russell Wilson and bringing in a Jameis Winston, 2 floor raisers, allows the offense to be functional. It allows Brian Daboll to develop his first-round pick, Jackson Dart, behind the scenes. We've seen him do a good job of that, because you're seeing Jackson Dart some days get reps with the 2s, extended look with the 2s, and and sometimes when James is running with the 2s, then they'll throw Dart in there and just to see how he responds. Imagine the vibes or the tenor of camp if they didn't have a Russell Wilson or a Jameis Winston trying to get Dart ready to start week 1. Then everybody would be tense and everything would be significant. We don't even see Daboll flip out at practice. Like, what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. He's chilling now.
Like, he's kind of just like letting guys coach and doing his thing. And, when guys mess up, he'll get on them, but it's not like everything is critical. And so that's what prompted me tweeting that out, because it does feel different.
And listen, when we went there too, you're absolutely right. Felt like a totally different Giants training camp, but we've been there for a lot. So when Emory said that, we were like, man, like everyone is feeling the same thing. Like you said, Daboll wasn't flipping out. It just wasn't tense. You know what I mean? Because hey, he got his guy. He got his guy at this point, right? So he's absolutely right. But I just want to, your eyes are always glued to the quarterback here, Emory. And when you did your football breakdown, the analysis of the draft picks, man, you had this guy a little deep under there on your chart there as far as quarterback. But now that he's in the NFL a little bit and you've seen him practice here with the Giants, and let's factor Brian Daboll in. Jackson Dart, you have him 75th overall in your game plan, in your book there, the guide. Just want to know right now, as you're seeing him, do you still have him as far as like under the Shadors, under the Milrose, under the Cam, as well? Do you see him at least climbing there and being that third quarterback or that second quarterback that the Giants picked him as in the draft at this point?
No, and here's why. And I always am fascinated when people that evaluate talent do this, because you've put so much time and effort in evaluating the player, watching his games, saying what you think he does well, and where his areas of improvements are. And based off a clip of a play in training camp, you're willing to throw all of that out the window.
Right.
All that work you did, right?
Yeah.
Even we're seeing, like, it's funny to see some folks that have had now, if you thought Shador Sanders was QB1 or QB2 for the entire 2024 2025 until April 30th. Why, in a 2026 mock draft, would you have the Browns taking a quarterback? Right?
Right.
Like, then what was the work you did in the season?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's so if so, and this is why they also have pro scouts and college scouts. So what evaluations I have is based on what I see in college and also a little bit of projection forward. We're 4 days into camp. You can't throw those evaluations away. They can't get hit. Every quarterback better look good in a situation where they know they can't get hit.
Yeah, true.
We'll see them in preseason where things change in the and they don't know the defense or whatnot. But you like what you're seeing from Dart for two things. One, he looks the part in terms of like when he's in there with the twos, it's not like a disaster. It's not like they can't get a snap off or they can't get a throw off, or it just looks like straight calamity, right? He actually is, looking like the rest of the quarterbacks on the roster, right? It's like he's been there before. So you like that. And also, we've seen the things that I didn't like about Dart. You see that pop up with like the interceptions. There was obviously there was the one that
first one,
but there was another one the next day where he's starting, and this is why I'll tie it to the point. There was another one where he pump faked a stop route, and this is one of my favorite plays where you pump fake a stop route and then you slide that receiver down the rail and you drop right in the bucket. So he tried to do that, and then the safety just like beat it to the spot and picked it off, right? But it's showing so when you combine that pick and the pick on the first day, it's him learning the hash marks are closer.
Yep.
I got to drive the ball. I can't put that much loft on it. All of these guys at the NFL level are faster.
Yeah.
So I have
close.
I remember like coming out of high school, I'm pretty good speed. I could run past a lot of people. First week of college practice, I try to bounce it outside and I get caught by a DN. And I'm like,
right.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And so, but it does take an acclimation time to get used to the speed and the quickness and the instincts that you're going to see from the other person. So when you see Jackson Dart having to learn that on the fly, because in college, again, you got the wide hash marks. You also spread the field with these splits. You don't see pressure. You could just pick a defense apart. So this is the acclimation process. And this is why I said this was a good situation for him, because juxtaposed to, if you go back to my 2022 grade on Matt Corral, it looks like mirror images of the scouting report, which tells you it's the offense that they're coming out of if you're seeing the same weaknesses, right?
Right.
And Corral didn't get that chance to sit, develop, learn. He was trying to compete for a starting job. He got injured. He didn't look good when he was out there. And then he goes to the UFL, and he's still suffering from the same issues so he never got a chance to get, torn down and rebuilt. And so what we're seeing from Dart, and which is why I love the situation for him, Dayball can coach to win games while breaking down the habits of Dart to build him back up. So when people always ask, like, well, do you see him starting this year? Like, no, like you wouldn't want him to start this year, because otherwise you'll be putting him in a Matt Corral situation. So allowing him to get his confidence up, learn this offense from front to back, and then come in next year if Russell Wilson decides to leave, or and now it's Jameis starts a little bit, then you give way to Dart. Now you set your guy up for success, as opposed to allowing him to carry those same deficiencies from Ole Miss into the NFL and throwing a gang of picks.
And that's what I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit. Like, so you have your initial reports, right? And you watched them all throughout college. Now, does it adjust at all in your mind because of where he goes? Like going to Dable, who is theoretically a great quarterback coach, in a situation where he gets to learn under Jameis and Russell, like that, does it bump him up a little bit of situation about where he is? Does that bump him up a little bit in your mind?
That's a good question. I would say you still have to go to be determined, because remember, if pre-draft I was saying when I said I would only take 3 quarterbacks in the first round: Shador, Cam, and Milroe, and I had the asterisk by Milroe. I was like, the only place I would want Milroe to be would be with New York because of Brian Dable. You know what I'm saying? So you like his chances to be successful, because at this point it doesn't matter where you went, right? You're on the team, you got to compete. Because you could be a first round that looks like a 7th rounder, you could be a 7th rounder that looks like a first rounder. So the draft spot doesn't matter, and where you do end up does matter. But you like that he ended up with a guy that is going to develop him, is going to get the best out of him. And what I like about Brian Daboll, he's not going to put the quarterback in a situation to where he's trying to do something he can't. So I remember this vividly when he first got there, and folks were saying, "Well, you work with Josh Allen, and you got Daniel Jones," and you could see in his face like they're not the same player. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you see it on the back end. Well, Daboll wasn't able to get the turn down. Like, that's like comparing apples to lug nuts. Like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So with Dart landing in this spot is better for him because he's landing with a guy that's going to cater to his strengths. Absolutely. And I think that's the key. And I think that gives him a better chance to hit his, to play better or play well consistently, as opposed to going somewhere else where you get a egotistical coach that's like, "Nah, you're going to run my offense, my system, my way," and that sets you up for failure.
Right. Totally agree, guys. We're here. I'm sorry. We're here with Emory Hunt, guys, of the owner of Football Game Plan as well, CBS Sports HQ analysis as well. Speed, I just want to get to the super chats real quick, and then let's continue the conversation.
Well, I actually got to. Yeah, I got our boy, and we talked about it earlier. Judge was saying, spot on when you're talking about the vibes. So I want to shout Judge out, one of our day oneers right there, and our boy Tuto, who always comes through. Always comes through. Yeah. He salute and respects to NYR Kings and NYG Media Podcast. Greetings for the entire rugby club in Italy, born ready for upcoming season. Let's go. Praying for his victims. This guy, Tuto, just murders on that rugby pitch. Every I don't know if you're familiar with how these boys roll in rugby, though.
I've seen rugby though. Like they play with that big PE football, and it's like
dude.
But every time I see a little bit of rugby, I'm like, yo, Barry Sanders would kill in rugby.
Oh my god,
we can get dope too. But of course, man, we'll continue a little bit of the training camp. Emory, a lot of people will say, after him being on the Steelers, that, man, Russell Wilson is washed up. He just doesn't have nothing left in the tank. However, the Giants signed him. Russell Wilson looks amazing. He lost some weight. You know what I mean? So it looks like he's like he got his confidence and look like he's more physically in shape as well. Looking at him, man, do you feel like Russell Wilson is washed up that people are saying? I've seen him in camp a little bit.
This is the other part I really don't like about us in the media. And why it's important to be there. Just how I was like, how can someone spend all year long grading prospects and all it took was a padless mini camp practice for you to throw away your entire evaluation, right?
Facts.
Being out there and watching Russ play, instantly I'm thinking, man, folks really tried to lie to us. And even though you're watching this as an analyst, and I remember being out there telling people when he was in Denver, like, hey man, Russ is not playing bad out here in Denver. He's not the problem. And 26 touchdowns, 9 picks. It's like, yo, Russ is actually playing solid. They just don't have the team. And now that we know what was going on behind the scenes, he probably should have won MVP that year. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was actively trying to get him to snap. Yep. And then in Pittsburgh, I'm saying this last year, on air, and as we're watching, going through, analyzing Pittsburgh, I'm like, listen, stop focusing on Russ and Fields. They are not the issue. The real issue is Arthur Smith's offense, like in the play calling. Like, that, like, Pittsburgh has 3 legit tight ends, and you wouldn't know it because they never went to them. You know what I'm saying? And so
Fact.
now when you fast forward to out here, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. Like how and here's the thing. Listen, Russ is 36. So he can't spin out like he did.
Sure.
He was 28, 25 at Seattle in his heyday that made him special. There's a little less RPMs on the velocity. So he has, but the mind is 25.
Yes.
The mind is 28. So his anticipation is there. The timing is there. The accuracy is there. Case in point, when they're doing one-on-ones or in Pascal or even in team, there's one play in particular where he went to Malik Neighbors and he's under duress and he fires Malik Neighbors comes back to the football, has to go low to scoop it up out the ground, and people, oh, that's a low throw. That's it. I'm like, in a real game, the stick's moving. You know what I'm saying? So get it how you live. And I'm just like, man, the dude is still smart. When he was in his prime, first of all, I hated how people try to delegitimize his career. When he was in his prime, he was putting up numbers like Aaron Rodgers with rushing numbers. Like his pass numbers was Aaron Rodgers-esque, but when you add the rushing numbers, this dude's a first ballot Hall of Famer. The way they try to rewrite history with Matthew Stafford, they're trying to erase history with Russell Wilson. Wilson was a dog, man. You know what I'm saying? So Wilson right now is an efficient quarterback, and he's effective because he still sees the game like a young guy.
We need that.
You need that. And now you also need, the offensive line to probably tighten up a little bit, but not as much as you would have needed it last year, because Russ gets rid of the football, and he still scrambles. But this is how I knew Russ had lost a step athletically. This was like day one, and Russ was trying to scramble toward the pylon. They're doing a low red zone work, and it took Abdul Carter 3 steps. Not Abdul Carter, Brian Burns 3 steps. And caught him at the inflection point of the line of scrimmage. Like, damn, he really
can't be doing that shit anymore. He can't be doing that.
You know what I'm saying? He had that Danny Glover moment, like I'm getting too old for this. Like, so it was cool to see the athleticism on defense, but you saw like, okay, Russ he don't have that same giddy up no more. But you like that he's still out there trying to scramble and get what he can. So I do think Russ is perfect for this offense because it raises the floor. It allows run game to be successful. The receiver's going to be better. And I think he'll do enough to keep Jameis at bay, even though there's no competition. But clearly there's a difference in the arm talent with Jameis Winston than it is with Russell Wilson.
Totally agree. And of course, man, Speed, forgive me. I'm just excited here. Emory Hunt, guys in the building, just to let you guys know. Hit that like button if you can, please. Emory, of course, you just said this guy's name. The rookie comes in with a huge swag, chip on his shoulder, it seems. But Abdul Carter, is he exactly as advertised when you look at him doing drills out there and pretty much picking that offensive line apart? Is he exactly that guy that you think he is?
Yes. And it just, I said this the other night on another Giants podcast. I was like, and there's no disrespect to Coach Bowen. I was like, man, imagine Wink with this front seven. You know what I'm saying? Like with these athletic, these 3 edge rushers, like that would be crazy, right? But Bowen can do the same thing, and Bowen has been doing some creative stuff out there.
Yes,
but so when you think about Carter. What I love about Abdul Carter is we've seen him win with power. We've seen him win with speed. We've seen him win with finesse. And the fact that he has all 3 of those things in his bag is excellent. What causes issues for opposing defense, or what will cause issues for opposing defenses, is think about Kayvon Thibodeau, right? When Thibodeau had to come in, he had to be an anchor on one side. He had to come in and hit the ground running. But because Abdul Carter can come in and there's a Brian Burns and a Kayvon Thibodeau, you can allow Abdul Carter to be Abdul Carter until he carves out a role. So you can see him stand up and rush from an inside linebacker spot and rush an A or B gap, or drop back in the hook the curl or whatnot and cover that, right? Or, he can get down, hand in the dirt, and rush while you drop Thibodeau back in, or hell, we just saw Brian Burns get banged up 60 yards down the field chasing down the plate. Like, so you could drop Burns in cover. So you could do so much with these guys, and Abdul Carter made a strength even stronger. And I do feel like because he's so versatile, will help out Dexter Lawrence, Darius Alexander, Nacho, all these cats along with it's going to be a fun front seven to watch.
Yeah, that ghost move, and I saw him put a spin move on Illuminor. If he combos the spin move with the ghost move when people start cheating to the outside, I mean, this guy's scratching the surface. He played edge for the first time last year. It's just so exciting for us Giants fans to see that we got one, right? It seems like we actually got one, and it's not like a false like advertisement. No disrespect to our boy Kayvon Thibodeau, but this guy, he seems like he's warrants that top 5 pick, right? So us Giants fans are elated about it. But I want to speak now on the other side of the ball, offensive line. Now, do you think the Giants have enough to get by with that offensive line? And what do you see in Marcus Mbow, a newcomer to this? Can he get snaps this year, or is he going to have to redshirt? What do you think about that?
It's fascinating that's a good question about Bo, because I feel like Bo, who I was a big fan of, he's on that Jackson Dart plan where they're not pressed to put him out there. I think because James Hudson has stepped up and shown he's a fine for this, at least providing some good depth while Andrew Thomas is out. So there's no pressure to you can take Bo now and kind of allow him to develop in terms of like, get that pro strength, get acclimated to the consistency that he's going to see. Because again, we talk about quarterbacks benefiting from college football and the wide hash marks. And these linemen do too, because you're spreading the field and you're spreading these splits. And a lot of times these offenses is one-on-one all the time, but the guy you're going up against is not really rushing, because by the time he gets upfield, the ball's already gone.
Sure.
So to move everything closer and more consistent power and speed and explosiveness, it can be overwhelming for a young offensive lineman if they hadn't had that opportunity to see that in college. And so for Bo, I like how they're bringing him along slowly. The story is Evan Neal and how well he's performed in camp. And because he's cross-trained like that at Alabama, playing inside and also outside. But yesterday I asked him post-practice, how do you feel mentally? Where are you coming into this season? And the first thing he said in response was, I'm healthy. So that tells you, when you think about it from his perspective, like you just don't not miss on a top 5 talent like that, right? And so when he came in, there was a reason why he went that high. But imagine you're trying to get your feet wet in the NFL. You're trying to figure things out. You're a little bit banged up, but you can't really say publicly you're hurt. And then you get beat a couple times. And because fans are so upset at the quarterback, but they don't want to blame the quarterback. We lost because of you, Evan Neal.
Yeah.
We lost this whole game because of you. And he's a millennial. He's reading it online. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't blame him. Like, he attached to his phone. Like, that's how he grew up with the phone. And so you're going to read damn, people say I'm garbage, but they don't know I'm hurt. And so now you're trying to overcompensate for, what people are saying. So you're trying to play through injury. You're making it look worse. And so the fact that he sounds different, looks different, down inside, he is balling in camp. And it's been good to see. I'm rooting for him. I'm happy to see him have success. And now when you zoom out a bit and look at this offensive line, when you get Andrew Thomas back, quietly, remember, no one is talking about what they're doing. You haven't heard of people about JMS, right?
Yeah.
Remember how he was about to be the next Evan Neal. Everybody was focused on him. That means he's doing a great job. You got Evan Neal. Now you have Hudson that could be a swing player. Illuminor is Illuminor, and you got Runyon as well too at the other guard. So the offensive line is doing a good job, and how I know they're doing a good job, when the pads came on, they're running the football.
Yes, they were.
And they're doing a good job. Like the backs are doing a good job of finding the cutback lane. They're popping a little bit more runs against this defensive front than I've seen in the last 3 years. And there's give and take, to be honest. And that's what I like. Like normally it's been one side of the ball dominates,
Sure.
and it makes practice terrible when
Yeah.
one side of the ball just
Right.
dominates, right?
Yep.
Whether it's offense or defense. But you'll see the offense make a play, and then like a play later or 2 plays later, defense makes a play. And I like seeing that tug of war because it lets you know that the team is it really is the iron sharpens iron. So the offensive line looks a lot better, and the run game is gonna look better, which subsequently gonna help play action, all that stuff like that.
Beautiful.
Totally agree. Speed, what else you got, brother?
Yeah, well, we got one more topic to discuss, and then we'll let you out of here, Emory. Thank you again so much for your time.
Absolutely.
You're doing big things. You're dressed for success. I feel
I
got a T-shirt on.
That's why I just hopped off.
Showing us up on our own show. Emory, come on.
He said he just hopped off CBS Sports. He said, I had to pay the bills over there.
Right,
We appreciate it.
I had a T-shirt on.
There you go. We appreciate it.
Now listen, the one rookie that's got us maybe more excited than all the other ones that we're talking about, Cam Skattebo. Now I want you to talk about his strengths, what he could bring to the Giants, because we're already full bloom love with him. Should we be? Is his game going to translate from ASU to the pros? What do you think about Cam?
Yeah, he's fitting right in. I mean, he looks like one of the guys, you know what I'm saying, and does a great job. And I think I put that in my notes when I evaluated him. People underestimate his footwork. I thought he had better lateral quickness and agility than, in terms of evasiveness, than Ashton Genty. You know what I'm saying? Genty ran through tacklers. He had great contact balance, but Skattebo actually can, make guys miss, and also shows the ability to get from front side to back side with a cutback. Genty was more of a play side only type guy.
Sure.
And so you're seeing him. There was one play in particular where the back door was open, and he pressed the line and then boom, cut it back up and was off to the races. And he's got the perfect build for a running back. He's honestly, I'm probably like a inch taller than him. And I'm 5'9". You know what I'm saying? So, but he has that build that's
low center of gravity.
Exactly. It's advantageous for running backs because by the time you find them, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? And so it's going to be a very good 1-2 punch because Tracy is hitting it perfectly too. Tracy is doing a good job of seeing it. And this is his second full season as a tailback. And so he's getting acclimated to the position. And it's fun to see the run game look like the run game. And is again, you don't need your run game to be number one. No. But as long as your run game can keep the defense honest with and again, this is where you wish you had the younger, faster Russell Wilson, because if you combine that athleticism with the run game, their run game would be top 5. But this could be a solid run game that keeps the offense on pace, that keeps the passing game being effective. And I do think both backs would make the perfect 1-2 punch.
We're hoping for it. It sounds good. Sounds good.
I'm excited, man. When Emory gives us all this stuff, I can't help but to get excited. And the one thing about Emory, man, and I got to give you kudos, man, he stands on business. I asked him, man, he's like, no, I did my evaluation. This is what makes him good guys. He just doesn't fly by night and do some mid-level reporting. No, he puts time, effort, and everything into this business, guys.
Because I will say this. Let me jump in right quick and say this too.
Yeah.
Because who else in all of this draft world was telling folks about Jordan Bly?
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at the Tropical Bowl where he didn't drop a ball.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is a dude that people need to watch. I mean, Bo Collins. I talked about Bo Collins. I had you guys got the guy out. I had a really high grade on Bo Collins.
Yes, you did.
So if you go, so you really can't. This is the other part too. I'm glad because everybody wants you to say you missed or you whiffed, but those that follow you and waiting for you to whiff on something will let you know if you whiffed. You know what I'm saying? And if you could,
but don't say about the hits.
Yeah, like if you call out a whiff, then that means I don't have many because you can remember it, right?
That's true.
But even though I know I whiffed a lot, like you know what I'm saying, you whiff a lot because there's other factors. But again, you could whiff is gonna happen. But you got to stand on your college eval because unless you are also doubling down and putting out a pro guide where you're evaluating these guys as pros, then now granted, sometimes as an evaluator, you can hang on your college eval too long and not admit that you just whiffed. You know what I'm saying? Like just like if you still hanging on, oh man, I'm telling you, like this, this guy, if Mason Rudolph get a shot, I'm telling you, like you can't do that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that was
nobody
like
respects that.
Right. That was like decades ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So but you got to make sure. I hate when people jump off their evaluation. We haven't even played games yet. People are already jumping off their evaluations, man. It's crazy.
No.
And this is what I love, man. Like I said, you put so much time, energy, and effort into this. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You've been more right than what I've seen whiffs. And I'll stand on that.
I will say this too. Like I could have. I just wanted to get this off. I know people talk about the Jayshon Corbin take, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He was my RB1 in 2022, I think.
He is nice.
I had an 82 grade, and on him I had an 80 grade on Breece Hall, who's like my RB2 or 3. I had Isaiah Spiller as an 80. So it was Spiller, Corbin, and Hall was like my top 3, right? But all had 80 grades, right? But people focus on Corbin. Now, I could be petty and be like, didn't he just lead the UFL in rushing?
Right.
But again, that technically is a whiff, right?
Yeah.
Even though this dude played. Now,
did he get a chance
in 2017? My top 3 quarterbacks were Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, and I showed you guys. I don't know if I tweeted out
You did.
My handwritten scouting report on Mahomes, and I was like, damn, I actually had him with one of the highest grades ever. But I was like, now I'm gonna just give everybody a 90. So I had Watson A, Mahomes B, and Kaiser third, right? Kaiser the clear whiff. But you know who was 4th? PJ Walker. Now, it took him he bounced on the Coast Pack practice squad all season. Now 2020 hit. Now, do I rep that he was a league XFL MVP? Do I rep that now? Like, you know what I'm saying? So but but that's
talent is talent. You just judge on the talent.
Yeah, the talent. But that's right. I could care less about the situation. I just like ball, and I like seeing these guys go out there and play. But all jokes aside, though, like you're never gonna see me give up on the evaluation weeks into camp. Like that's just. And I see certain colleagues do that, and I was like, bro, you just spent all year talking about Shedeur,
right?
And now the Browns got him, albeit in a weird, conspiracy way. And you're gonna give them a quarterback in round 1 of a next year's draft, a quarterback that could have came out this year if he was that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense.
Listen, I still think Shedeur is gonna be Shedeur. Like, there's no offense or buts about it.
It's just when you get out on the field, like it just like you know what I'm saying. Like Russell Wilson did this with Matt Flynn.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
And somebody had Russell Wilson with a 1st round grade that year when nobody else was talking about. So
facts, man.
And if you don't mind, my brother, please promote what you got going on, Mr. Emory Hunt. How they can find you, man. Of course, they see the handle there, but let the people know.
Follow around CBS Sports HQ. I'll be on, pre, halftime, and post game breaking down this preseason game. It's football. It's fall football season now. I'm still doing CFL stuff, but you can still get the draft guide. And the draft guide now has turned into a preseason guide because that's why I love watching these preseason games because we get to see all these back end roster guys, these guys that I've graded a lot of in the draft guide. Now you can get an idea of who these guys are running around, in these preseason games on a 3rd and 4th team. But footballgameplan.com/2025 draft guide.
Let's go.
And I don't have any more European League of Football games there you go.
There it is.
When somebody gets signed, I'm on my phone. I'm like, screen capture, post. Here you go, Jets fans. Jets just signed Lawrence Toafili. I was at the College Town Showcase. He stood out. Got him in the scouting report. What are the draft analysts doing that? Nobody.
Let's go.
But yeah, and check out the European League of Football. I've called like 6 games this spring and summer. My last one was last weekend, last Sunday. I did Helvetic, which is a Switzerland team, versus Prague, and they had some great plays in there. And we're seeing some of those guys end up in. Cavante Turpin played over there before. We played for the Munich Ravens. So it's good football. If you're looking for something to do early Sunday morning, Saturday morning,
always
check out the European League of Football.
I like that,
Love
man.
it.
Thank you so much for your time,
Emory.
brother Emory, man. It's always a pleasure to have you here on. And like I said, man, you always got the keys to the kingdom, man. Anytime you want to come on, and you're more than happy. We're more than happy to have you on here, man.
Appreciate y'all being flexible, man. Thank y'all again for having me. Thanks for the support. I appreciate y'all being flexible. Allowed me to jump on a little bit late.
Nah, it's no problem at all, brother, man. For you, anything, brother. Come on now.
Hell
Come on. Thank you so much, brother. We'll see you on the next one for sure.
Yep. Appreciate y'all.
Definitely, brother.
Good.
Peace. You know what? When you have a guest like Emory on, my goodness, like the knowledge, again, like, and I mean that. I mean when I say this, more right than wrong. And he just gave you his whiffs because he's a humble guy. He just gave you like, hey, I whiffed on this, I whiffed on this. It's just a humble guy. But
when you can remember the whiffs, you can remember the whiffs, that means that they're minuscule compared to all the hits.
Correct.
And he's right. Like this preseason, that's when these guides that we got are the best, because you're like, who the hell is that guy? Look it up right there. He's got it all. He's got a catalog full of people, man. It's unbelievable watching him do his thing.
And listen, God, a pro football draft guide. We got ours, man. We spent money on it. We support all guests, man, and what they got going on. We get nothing for free. We want to actually support the people that we have on the show. So we spent money on it. And I told you, we watched this thing in Green Bay. We looked at the draft guide and we were like, all right, what's the grade? What does Emory have on him? And then, we compared it to the film that we watched. You know what I mean? So he got all the giant prospects in there of a 2025 draft class. And I tell you, on the money with Jackson Dart as well. And I wanted to see if there was any change to that. But no, he was right.
I like
on
that.
point. And it was great. He stood right on business, and I like that. I like reporters that come in here and stand on business. And I tell you, he's dead on what Jackson Dart is and what you see in training camp.
He's got some work to do.
He does have work to do. So I understand people go, man, Jackson Dart. I tell you, I say this all the time, Speed. If he's sitting for a year, good. I want him.
That's what we want.
I've been saying this, and everybody's like, yo, man, we'll see him. And I'm like, please, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him this year. I just don't. That means everything is going crazy where we're seeing Jackson Dart. I need him to sit for the longest. He's a gumbo. Gumbo take time. Stew takes some time. Let him sit and let him just cook. Let him cook and let him roast, man. So, but yeah, man, he got some work to do, but he's still going to be a great quarterback in this league, I think, hands down.
You see things like the back shoulder throw the other day, and like just some of the decisions that he's making, and again, how perfectly Dave's can coach him, right? Like there's no hesitation. There's no like, I can't get on him because I don't know how he's going to respond. This is exactly who Dable wanted because of how he can coach him. He knows he can push all the buttons, and he knows Dart will respond in the way that is going to make him better. So, that's why I asked Emory. I was like, did the combination now of Dable drafting Dart kind of bump Dart up for you a little bit? Because I think it does. I think if Dart went to again an Arthur Smith kind of offense, I think it's different. I don't think he gets the best at him. I think the place where he landed, you're going to see that whatever it is, whatever the ceiling is for Dart, you're going to see it with Dable, and I hope that Dable can see it through. That's my biggest story.
I'm hoping, man. And listen, if it does go astray, right, Speed, you got to keep him. You got to I just feel unless something really catastrophic happens with this team.
Yeah, like 4 wins or less. Yeah,
right. Like something like 0 wins, 2 wins. Then you got to start. The whispers will get very loud. But you're right. They got to see this thing through.
Please,
something has, because you can't pick a quarterback and have the whole Daniel Jones process all over again. He picked this guy. And it seems like the owner's rocking with him. They had some talks, but according to the Biz yesterday on the show, guys, go back and check that out as well. Biz dropped some great inside information on the Giants. If you didn't see it, they're gonna see this through. So hopefully Jackson Dart gets to cook. Gets to sit and to stew up a little bit. And like I said, he's still gonna be something great in this league. Like you see the intangibles that he has, man. But guys,
that's why I'm excited for the preseason, man, because we're gonna see Dart a lot. He's the third string quarterback, right? Like it's gonna be Jameis and Dart. So and DeVito maybe, but like you're gonna see a lot of Dart, and it's probably the most excited I've been for preseason since I don't know when Daniel Jones was drafted. I guess maybe I don't know. It's been a long fucking time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never been really too excited. Like,
I mean, this might be
preseason.
ever.
I'm like, when's the preseason? Like, I need to see what's going on. In fact, man, I might go to a preseason game just to see it live and in person with some of those rookies in there. I definitely might do the Snoopy Bowl. Like I've been talking about it. I'm going to do the Snoopy Bowl. I'm definitely going to do the Jets and Giants, most likely. Definitely, most likely.
Shit.
So I like to do that, man, and just see it. But I'm really excited about preseason, and I've never been like this hyped about it. You know what I mean? So Speed, you absolutely right. Shout out to the 517 people who are in here. If you on X, please head over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button if you're not already there. We will appreciate all the support. We are on Facebook as well, guys. Go over there, hit the follow button, NY Revival over there. NY Revival is the handle over there. And of course, man, we're on IG, man, which we do all our sketches, and they do like 60K in views over there.
We're pumping out that shit, bro.
Goodness me.
Goodness me.
We're cooking over there, Speed. Just
nice
saying. And listen, I just want to say this, man. When three of us are together like that, I think that was the highest viewed Yankees. And
it was.
By the way, Speed writes most of this stuff, and then Hefe fine tunes it. But this is the first time I said, guys, let me get the camera and let me do So that was my
the magic.
Debut over there. I was like, Speed, I'm gonna get this angle. You just skip up, and he skipped up. And then I did behind the door, him behind the door. Like they trusted me so much with their baby, and I was just excited to do that. And again, they sprinkled their magic on what they wanted on there. So the highest view. That's crazy.
Do it again. Let's do it again.
Shout out to people that's supporting it there, man. But Speed, let's get the hell out of here, man. But half of my brother, man, my brother, Mr. Glass, half full of nets.
Speed the genius.
Let's go. Love y'all. Love every one of you out there.
Absolutely. And of course, it's your boy Eli Rex, aka Vibes.
Love
we
you,
see you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings. Yes, sir.
New York's Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Live with the Woodward Roll!
Let's go.